we are going to tackle my living room and my kitchen spaces. These are probably my two worst zones in the house. They are the most used, the most common area for us, and they are a constant mess. It seems like every single day I have to make these rooms a priority, and sometimes it doesn't happen and it ends up where it is now, and it has probably been 2 or 3 days of built up mess, which makes it real fun, real spicy. Who knows what we're going to find, darling? And so we're going to go on this little adventure together because, I'm back on making videos. I feel like I'm on a roll again, and I'm lonely, okay? I'm lonely at home, I'm bored, so let's do this. I was just showing you the new wall hooks that I want to hang up, and by I want to, I mean I'm going to ask my husband to do it for me because I have no intention of doing that. That's just not my thing. But I do love it, and I feel like it fits the theme a little bit more, and it actually will hold a bit better than what the other ones will. So I'm glad I will eventually get to swap that out because I do have things to hang up. Like, I love keeping my dog's collars up there and just a little memento for him. And during winter, we usually hang up like our jackets and stuff on it. So I have been sad that I haven't been able to use it yet. I've just got to like make time to get hubby to like fix that up for me. Because, so many other home projects come up and take precedence over little things, and then they pile up. Like, I have curtains in my living room that I need to fix the rods on for so long. It looks chaotic in there, but I just push it off because I think, oh, I've got to get my house done, I've got to get this done, I've got gardening. It all piles up, and then you just forget about the little things. So I have to prioritize it at some point. But I have to say, I have been looking for a wall hanging situation. Excuse Mount Washmore, by the way, it is insane. But yes, I have been looking for some kind of like wall hook, wall hanging situation. I just haven't found one that I liked, and I was gonna DIY one myself, but I'm taking a little break from that. I just hanging up the paintbrush and the hammer for a minute. I just can't bear to do any more. So it took me forever to find something that I like. I ended up getting this from somewhere random. It's the Amalfi brand, and it was actually quite cheap for something like that. I think I ended up paying $20 or so, and I love it. I'm like, I just need to get it up on the wall, need to do that. I just feel like I have had a constant running list of things I want to do to this house for myself, whether it's home decor, fixing something in the house, etc., etc. The gardens don't even get me started. I thought I'd be done by now. Spring is just around the corner and I've done nothing. Anyway, I just try not to think about it. I add it to my running list on my notes app, and then I close the app and forget that it's happening. Anyway, I needed to sit down and deal with all of this. Obviously, I couldn't actually show you any of it because I don't know if there were sensitive documents, and I was not going to sit there and try and work it out. So it's all gone. And I have some of it in a pile for my husband to take to work and shred, because apparently they have a fairly large shredder and a great system where they get rid of it. I don't know, some company does it for them. So I'm like, that's fantastic, because I don't know if it was instilled into you like it was for me as a kid, or I guess an adult, a teenager, whatever, to absolutely shred the crap out of everything, right? My mum would sit there and make sure, like, if it was a bank statement, it got ripped up. If it had any kind of address, name, whatever, it was all ripped up into tiny pieces. Oh my gosh, expired bank cards, hated to see my mum coming, okay? Those things got snipped up into 1,000 tiny little pieces. Talk about microplastics, darling, honestly. Anyway, so I got all that cleared up, and then I just had to sweep because, as you know, the vacuum is out of order. I've pulled her apart. It seems to be just one piece that's not working, and that's making the vacuum have a little moment, okay? Anyway, so I have to replace that part. But I've replaced so many parts now from Dyson. I'm like, am I just spending more than the vacuum's actually worth? And should I like just get a new one? But also it's like $1,000. Can we justify that? I don't think so. So anyway, we've got the good old dustpan and broom. Thank goodness I bought this $10 one from Kmart because it's like waist height. And before I had this, I used to sweep the floor with my long handled broom, and then I'd pick it all up with my teeny tiny like handheld one. Let's bring in a middleman, right? And save our backs completely. And so I got that, and it has been fantastic. And yes, we do have another light that needs to be repaired. I think last year we had a bathroom downlight go out for months, and then I just lost it one day and was like, it's got to be done now. You know, you ever have those moments where suddenly something that you haven't cared about for 4 or 5 months just has to get done? I wait for those moments, and then, the little things get done. Like the outside light that we have hasn't worked since probably mid last year, maybe even the start of last year. And the oven light also hasn't worked for months and months. And then I was like, I don't know. Today I'm going to go to Bunnings, stand in the aisle. I think that's why I procrastinate so much, because standing in the aisle looking at light bulbs, I'm like, oh my god, this is just nauseating. So it's not my thing, but once it's done, it's fantastic. Anyway, I just ended up putting a whole bunch of the washing up. It is an indoor kind of situation at the moment. Winter has been rough around here. I say that, but like it's 14 degrees, 15 degrees most days, with the occasional 10 degree. And so it's mild, like it's a mild winter. As you can see, I don't wear very many big jackets because it's not that cold. And of course, we do have our beautiful fireplace that I am working on, and we love it. We go through so much firewood, and so toasty. Randomly, actually, I had a neighbor come up to me while I was working in the front garden, and she brought me, bless her heart, she was trying to be so sweet, but she brought me this big long stick, just a random stick, and asked me if I wanted it for the fireplace, because they must have seen, nay, smelt the fire. I accepted. What was I going to say? No? Like, I mean, she went out of her way to bring a stick to me, so I was like, okay, no worries, thank you. Yeah. But we are currently sans firewood. It's been a few chilly mornings, and August cannot go past quick enough. Honestly, I am living for the warmer days, but wait until we get to January, February, and I'll be complaining to have winter back. It's just the cycle, honestly. We can't have it all. Sometimes I think far north Queensland sounds amazing, like just warm days all year round.
Say something like you love me and make my day, like you always do, like you always do. Hold my hand and look me in the eye so I can tell you how I feel, tell you how I feel. Every day is something new. If I spend it with you, with you, with you. Oh, I want you right now, and I need you right now, you right now. My world is spinning round, round, around. Oh, I want you now, now, now. My world is spinning round, round, round. And I want you now, and I want you now, and I want you now.
For some time, we have had this bed sitting in our living room. We were awaiting a mattress. We had to go mattress shopping, and we were so quick about it. I'm not sure if I spoke about this already. I feel like I might have. Normally we would go shopping from a few different stores to actually see which one we wanted and whether we could get a good deal. That was not the case. We had 2 kids with us. Literally, we walked into one of the mattress shops, sat on one, and I was like, this is so good. That's it. Like, it's done. Let's buy it. Let's go home. Like, I don't want to fluff around today. And honestly, sometimes it could be the matter of like $100. And is that worth the stress? I know $100 is still a fair bit of money, but like, is it worth the stress of dragging kids around and talking to multiple different salespeople, all trying to put their pitch in, and still coming out with a similar result? To me, it's not. So for some time, I have been meaning to get into a routine of making sure that I clean all my things that are white in the house, because as you can see, I have a lot of white furniture, cream furniture, white rugs, etc., all of it. And it all gets so dirty, and I think I end up just telling myself, just keep the house clean, like, and do that constantly. Like, I think I've said this before. I put off tasks that I want to do because I feel like I have the need to keep my house clean. And if I get sidetracked with a task, I don't get to keep my house clean. I just don't have the energy to do it all. I'm not an energizer bunny. It just doesn't happen. So, anyway, my white stuff often ends up quite dirty. My couch, not so much, because I do regularly go to wash that and it does stay quite nice. But the other things, like the chairs and the things I said previously, don't see as much of. Especially now when it's cold, I'm like, is it worth it? Like, does it dry? Like, is it going to take 2 months for it to dry? So I haven't done it, but I really need to. Like, I'm sure you'll see in an upcoming video that I'm going to wash my dining chairs. They are disgusting. Oh my gosh. Every time I see them, I think, how can I just push the chair back under the table and pretend it doesn't exist? I'm sure we'll get that done together at some point, but I was talking to my husband about it because he was like feeling frustrated that things look dirty a lot, and I was saying a lot of the problem is that we have quite a small space when it comes to the living and dining room. Like, you don't have a lot of space with walking around things, so the rug is constantly dirty. We're constantly walking over that, and around the dining chairs, like, we always see the kids rubbing their hands along the top of the things or along the back of it because they walk right past it. There's nowhere else for them to go. But I was saying to him that, like, when we move, we need to make sure that the things that annoy us now in this house, we make a priority to make sure that it doesn't happen in the next home. Anyway, we're moving on to the kitchen. And this was a separate day because I'd run out of energy on that day, as you can see in that last clip. And I was saying, it's not too bad. But then it was like, maybe it's a little bit bad. Anyway, and it had been raining and I had been doing my plants inside, which, mind you, it was absolute chaos. The dirt was everywhere. But it looks cute, right? I thought I'd just show you. That's my one Hoya plant that I absolutely love. She's taken like 10 years to grow that thing. And I had been meaning to repot it for so long that the roots had completely grown out of the tiny little pot and into the other pot that it was sitting in. So yeah, I finally took some time. Speaking of getting the little things done, I finally took the time to go and fix all those plants up because most of them were just not looking great. And so yeah, I was happy that I actually did that. I realized I left you on a bit of a cliffhanger when we were transitioning clips from the living room to the kitchen and how I was saying about if we move house. What I meant was that if we ever moved house, we would make sure the things that do frustrate us, like for example, the living room being the main walkway here and quite a small dining room, we would make sure that those things are something we look for being different in the next house. We don't want to try and bring the same. I have a little one next to me if you're hearing all that noise. They're homesick today, so yeah, just excuse the background noise. But we would try and make sure it's not something that we would then bring to the next home and make it just as frustrating. But that is far, far into the future. We have absolutely no plans of moving. We are settled and happy. So that's all that matters for now. I did clean the sink before I started all the dishes, which is like a rare thing that I ever do. And it shows every time I do the dishes, I'm like, oh, why don't I like clean the sink before I do it? Because it's gross. Like it builds up really, really quickly, especially when you wash most of your dishes. And so I was like, okay, I need to do it this time. But I often forget because then I have things in the sink that need to be washed, and I'm like, oh, but I can't really wash it all down. You know what I mean? It just gets chaotic and I forget about it. And before you know it, there's dirt build up all over the sink. On a different topic, I keep looking out that window while I'm doing the dishes because the tree there that you can see is absolutely covered in blooms. It is packed with flowers and our bees are going crazy for it. It is still winter technically. Spring is not too far away at all, so it's going to be full steam ahead with the bees. And alongside selling honey, my husband wants to sell sourdough, so he's been trying to like perfect that recipe. So we are going to be so busy for spring and summer this year. We also are going to prepare the vegetable patch in September-ish. I want to get like as prepared as possible. I'm planning on getting a whole like watering system so I don't have to water. It's going to be a lot, and maybe I'll do a video again for you this year because I do enjoy the spring summer videos. Maybe I'll go all out on sunflowers. Maybe I'll go all out on corn. Who knows, but I do need to get my plan together because I've got a lot. The blueberries, oh my gosh, the blueberries are looking fantastic. I have 6. Well, I have 7 plants, but one of them I kind of forgot about and she's not looking so crash hot. But yeah, 6 blueberries, absolutely loaded with them. And what else? My blackberries. Look, my blackberries were on their final year. This is the 3rd year. And all the blogs that I had read say it takes a few years for blackberries to get going, so just be patient. But I was like, this is it. I can't handle it anymore. But this year she's starting to flower. So fingers crossed we get some blackberries. But it's all going to be like so fun this year. I think it's going to be like high production for us. I plan on maximizing out my strawberries. I want to grow as many as possible. Last year I think I had about 8 plants. I think I want to double that. Just because, you know, my daughter, she loves going out to the garden for a snack and eating most of it, which is why I had to go and buy more blueberry plants because she is already asking about when she can pick and eat them. So we need a lot, and I want to go all out on so many other things. And I think once I get this new watering system, it's basically just like a drip irrigation and on a timer. It's going to be really beneficial because honestly, it peters out my energy. I'm like halfway through spring, halfway through summer, I'm like, I'm over it. I don't want to be out there when it's hot and it's watering time. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate because, you know, it's not fun anymore when it's like 30 to 40 degrees and it's sweat dripping down your back and you're like trying to water these plants. So hopefully that works out for us. I've got a lot of planning to do, and I know that it's going to keep us busy. So maybe look out for a vlog. I don't do many, but I feel like it should be heaps of fun. And if that's not your thing, I do apologize, but it is my thing. And I'll probably end up doing like a little garden tour for you guys. Although I did say that last year and then I never did it. But it's probably because time management and like things like that is just not my skill at all. But it would be fun this year, I think. I'm really going to try and go all out because, you know, we've got some fun things in the garden even now, like my peach trees. I've been meaning to buy apple trees. It's been on my list and I just haven't gotten around to doing that. But also I'm tossing between dwarf apple tree and like a full-size apple tree. Anyway, I can't work out which one I want. My asparagus is looking fantastic. She has really grown since last year, which by the way, if you like asparagus and think you want to grow it, get on it straight away. Like even if you don't have a ton of space, get it in the ground now, get it in a pot, whatever. Because they take so long. This will be the 2nd year and I've still got another year before I can actually eat it properly. Anyway, I could be here all day doing garden chat. You know I love it. It should be some fun for us, and I will see you in the next video.